Are you Alaska Native?
It's amazing, I'm the reason everybody fired up this evening. I'm exhausted.
Tlingit Culture Kymberly ethnicity my Tlingit name is Kadia Kushut, and my English name is Kymberly Boyle. I am from the Raven moiety, and I'm Ganach Tedi, which is Raven Woodworm. I'm from Juneau, Alaska, and I was raised in the Tlingit culture, and my family is from Kwakwan. I do celebrate in a modern and a traditional way. I celebrate traditionally by doing traditional artwork. I really enjoy beadwork. The kind of beadwork I like to do is more modern, but it's traditional in the sense of what I'm making it for. I'm making it for regalias. So last summer I did tribal canoe journey. We started in the Lummi Reservation in Bellingham, and then we paddled up to Bella Bella, BC. We had a lot of tradition in the way how we greeted people and how we asked to come ashore. We would greet them in our native language, and then we would talk to them and tell them thank you for having us here. May we come ashore? They would welcome us on land, and then they would house us and they would feed us, and we'd have a big potluck or a big potlatch. We'd just get to know each other, and my favorite part was finding how we were all related to each other. Even if we weren't from the same tribe, they sure welcomed us like we were family. In Seattle, I joined up with this group at Edmonds Community College, and it's called Leaf School. The teacher, he's not Native American, but his wife is, and she celebrates her culture by sharing it with the people around her. And they also gather people from the local area, from the Tlingit tribe, which is where we are, we're on the reservation, share their traditions and their values with us, and teach us how their people live traditionally. And they would show us how the local native tribes used to use the nature around them and the animals around them, how they would guide them to things and how they respected each other. Everyone thinks I'm Mexican all the time. I am Mexican. I work at a dental office where we get a lot of Spanish-speaking customers, and they all ask me if I speak Spanish. I mean, it wouldn't be a bad idea to learn Spanish, but everyone thinks I'm Mexican. And if I don't get Mexican, then everyone thinks I'm white because I'm a lighter skin. How do I hope they will change? I would hope that they would change by being more welcoming. Like, they're already welcoming to an extent. I like the fact that they do adopt people who are non-native or people who are native and their moiety doesn't fall under their mother's side, and they're still treated the same. I really like that, but I just wish they would be more welcoming to the people who don't speak the language. Not that they're not more welcoming, I just say that it's just not as inviting. Growing up Native, I didn't see a lot of differences until later on in my high school years, because I was always surrounded by other Alaska Natives, and so I felt like our education was the same. And then once my senior year came around, I started taking more honors courses, and there weren't a lot of natives in that class, and I just felt like tradition wasn't even talked about in those classes. And I think tradition has a lot to do with how we learn. Juneau Douglas High School.
Okay.
I do wear I'm not wearing it today, of course, but I wear my silver bracelet almost every day. That's one of the pieces of jewelry I can wear at work. I also wear a cedar hat, but I don't wear that one every day. That's something I wear at functions. We have a lot of powwows in this area. When I wear my cedar hat, I feel like I'm recognizing some culture. It's not a Tlingit traditional hat. The hat I actually got in Canada from a Macaw lady. I love their style of weaving. But when I wear my cedar hat, I also like to wear my abalone septum ring. I just think that that's a beautiful accessory for all natives. I have a regalia, but I only wear that for special occasions as well. I just know Juneau Trading Post. They sell all the cool things. David Katsik, he has a strong point in most Alaska Natives' lives in Southeast Alaska. But he's always a speaker for everything. He's just very powerful. Like, when you listen to him speak, it's, even if you don't understand him, you know he's saying something meaningful. But he named me, and it was, Kadia Kushut, And he told me when he named me that it means wise and unorganized raven. Everyone says that name fits me to a T because like I like to pretend I'm wise, but I'm a really unorganized person in general, no matter how organized I get. But anyway, my great grandma, Helen Saravia, she is a really powerful person. She worked at the Alaska Heritage for language. She recorded she recorded some of the language that she knew. She was a really good speaker. She was really powerful. She was really sweet too. But she was probably the most powerful person I've ever known.
So amazing, so amazing, so amazing. It's amazing, so amazing.
Tlingit Haida culture, we have celebration, which is like every other year. And it's a huge celebration of gathering a bunch of Tlingits, Haidas, and sometimes even other cultures. I remember when we were younger, we had Maori dancers from New Zealand. That was really exciting. That was always the headliner because it was fun to share cultures like that. Here in Seattle, we have, I guess north of Seattle, a lot of the celebrations involve powwows. And powwows really different. The dancing is different, the drumming is different, the singing they sing in different octaves, which is really beautiful, but it's also really different. Just because it's a powwow, though, it doesn't discourage other natives from going, other tribes from celebrating their tribe. It's just a different style of dancing that is represented, and it's more of a competition as opposed to celebrating who they are or what they're there for. They do have powwows for like celebrating. Like there was this one a couple weekends ago, maybe it was last weekend. It was celebrating the Stillaguamish River. That's always really powerful. It's always a powerful event to go to. Cool. But yeah, it's different. It's a good different though. They have Kuik, and that is a potlatch. The one that more people are more familiar with are payoff parties, which are always nice, especially if you're from the moiety that's being served. But I think it's also really powerful for the family that's giving, family that is celebrating someone's life.
It's amazing, so amazing, so amazing, so amazing.
I'm really proud to be Alaska Native. It makes me who I am, and people are always interested in who I am when I tell them I'm from Alaska. But when they always ask me if I'm Eskimo. I don't know why. I think it's just because that's what is associated with Alaska. I always say I'm not Eskimo. I'm Alaska Native.
So amazing, so amazing, so amazing. It's amazing.
When I have children someday, I'm definitely going to teach them Tlingit language. I'm going to encourage them to learn other languages as well. But I think it's important to know who they are and where the people come from, where their heritage lies. And it's important to know their familial background because it's important to me, and I want it to be important to them. Cheese. That's all. Hawa.
And the moral of the story is, work till your arms fall off, till your abs get hard. And your moral of the story is, work till your hands go numb and they cramp and the fans in the stands go stop.
You want to say hi to Kiala?
Hi, Kiala.
Your mom?
Hi, Mom. I love you.
And your dad?
Hi, Dad. I'm just
AJ.
kidding.
And AJ and Silas.
Hi, family. Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad.
Only pick your favorites, okay?
Hi, Shell, Kaylee, Michael, Silas, AJ, Jaden.
Oh, okay.
How?
Yeah. Say house. House.
House?
Dung.
Dung.
King.
Keen.
Sung.
Sung.
House. Dung. King. Sung.